If you want to have the most productive year of your life, try this. Don't panic. If you didn't do your New Year's plan, don't worry, I got you because I didn't do mine either. Hey, I'm Self and I'm from the beautiful British Virgin Islands. And I'm really trying to grow a community this year in YouTube which is based on understanding yourself and improving yourself. So don't be afraid to subscribe and leave your honest opinions in the comments. Now let's talk about planning your best year ever. Now the first step, and it's the most underrated step ever, and step number 2 is going to prove how underrated this is. Step number 1 is to simply reflect on your past. Reflect on what you're living right now. It's that simple. Personally, I like to go down by the beach and do this, but you could do this anywhere it's peaceful and calm for you. So we're going to start step number 1, which is reflecting. I want you to grab a notepad or a notebook, whichever you had, and start to write down these categories. And next to these categories, I want you to write down where you are right now. The category number 1 is relationships. And you could put friendships, romantic relationships, and family here. Number 2, you're going to have health. And you could put physical health and emotional health. Number 3, you're going to put career, whether you want to work for somebody or you want to own your own business. Number 4 is going to be fun and leisure, what you like to do for fun or if you like to travel. Number 5 is going to be personal growth. Here you're going to write down what you did last year or what you're doing right now that was for your personal growth. So did you read books? Did you take courses and learn a new skill? Number 6, you're going to write finance. So what kind of accounts you have? Do you have a credit card? Those kind of stuff. And number 7 is going to be living situation. So are you renting? Are you paying a mortgage? Do you live in your own house? So after you've written down all these categories, I want you to write down next to them where you are right now. You could pause the video and take time if you need to do this step. After you've finished writing that, now comes step number 2, the step that's going to prove why step number 1 is so underrated. And step number 2 is to envision where you want to be in the future. I want you to write down where you see your future self. So next to all the categories, relationships, health, next to all the categories, write down where you want to see yourself in the future. After you're finished writing down where you see your future self, now this is why step number 1 is so underrated, because now you could clearly see where you were before and where you want to be. And now you could compare them and see what you have to do differently so that you could reach to your future self. Just being able to see what you used to do and what you could no longer do so that you could make it to your future is so powerful. Like just being able to compare that alone, it really gives you a different perspective on life. It really does. That's what makes step number 1 so underrated. Because think about it. You can just say, I want to do this in the future, but you had no base. How do you get there? You don't know what you normally do. So just being able to reflect on what you used to do and seeing what you want to do is very powerful. Now, after you've written down next to all of the categories where you see yourself in the future, now I want you to choose one of those things and set as a goal. Now, yes, I know you've written down a lot of things and they're all your goals. But let's be honest, I know that you know that there's no way that you could accomplish all those goals at the same time. So the easiest way that I've learned how to deal with that is to take one goal, whichever you choose first, and focus on that one goal. That's the easiest way in accomplishing all your goals, because you put all your focus here and you're more likely to get that done. Now the next step after you chose one goal is to create subgroups for that goal. And this is very important. This is what's going to keep you organized on your goal. So now the next step is, after you chose that goal, is to create subgroups for that goal. For example, if my goal is to open my own business, a trucking business, subgroups could be like finding out what legal documents and licenses I need to operate that business. 2, figuring out what truck market I want to get into. 3, figuring out how I'm going to finance the business. And 4, keep myself accountable by setting deadlines on all my subgroups. Now, I would like to add that for these subgroups, you could add additional subgroups to help keep you organized and for clarity. I highly recommend that. I just give you 4 right now so that you could understand what I meant by subgroup. So now, for example, I could take my first subgroup, which was finding out what legal documents and licenses I need to operate. I could take that group and I could further break that down into more groups, like taking a trucking course, applying for various permits I need, applying for a truck business license, and in different countries it's going to be different. So don't take this template that I'm giving you right now and say this is an official template that's going to work everywhere. No, please do some research into your country, into the market, and find out what you need to get in order to get whatever it is you're trying to do off the ground. And you could use this breakdown to organize the goals. Now, this step is what I call a glue. This step is going to make sure that you keep on track to achieving your goals. Can you guess what it is? And put it in the comments before I say it. So the glue of this whole thing is finding positive habits around your goals. As simple as it might sound, having habits that align with your goals is so powerful, and it's going to ensure that you achieve your goals. So again, for example, my goal was a trucking business. So positive habits around the trucking business can be reading books about trucking, going on YouTube and find truck channels so that I could see what other truckers are doing, and just staying involved in the trucking environment, learning as much as I can and reading as much as I can. So please guys, don't forget to have good habits, aka glue. Just a word of advice. Don't try to recreate the wheel. Meaning, don't just think that because you see somebody doing something or something you're interested in, that you can just do it off the rip. No. Instead, find out all the ins and outs of whatever that thing is and do proper research. Now, I'm not saying to copy somebody else's business idea or whatever it is that they're doing. Instead, study it. Put your unique spin to it and recreate it. Don't just go out there and copy somebody else's thing and do something else, because now you're going to saturate the market. The market doesn't need more than one trucking company. What's different about your trucking company that customers may like? What's your unique flair that you're going to add to your trucking company that your customers are going to appreciate? So always think like that. Don't just try to copy somebody's thing. No, we're not doing that. You're not going to copy anything. You're going to be unique to you. You're going to evolve whatever the company you're building for you. Whatever it is that you're going to do, you're going to make it unique to you. If you made it this far in the video, I'm assuming that you like the video. So please, if you don't mind, subscribe, share this video with a friend. And if you did the exercise, if you did it and it was helpful, please comment if it was in the comment section. I really want to know if this content is making any sense to you and if it's helping you. So looking forward to see the subscriptions and looking forward to see the comments. Let's grow together, guys. I'm Self and I'm out.